Right, welcome aboard the brand new Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. I have a feeling you're gonna like this.
Here it is, named after one of the world's toughest off-road circuits, the Rubicon Trail. This is what unstoppable freedom looks like. Your way up, over, or around almost anything.
I'm gonna get it, aren't I? I'm gonna get it in the comments. You're gonna go off-road? That's rubbish. Well, I'm not trying to... Gonna be on YouTube. My garden's got more off-road. Has it?
Just to appease those who think I don't make the effort, here's me actually getting stuck. Probably a first for this car. Described by my mate, a pro off-roader by the way, as an amazing machine that only a fool would get stuck in. But that's not my first issue with a Jeep.
So my first experience with the Wrangler was to try and drive up a mountain. At least I thought that would be the best car to do it in Tenerife, Mount Tidy. I decided that the best car would have big wheels, great articulation. I didn't realise that the roads would be about 4 foot wide, wheels hanging off, sheer drops, most terrifying thing I've ever done in a car. And of course, as a result, I hated the Wrangler ever since. And mountains.
So I did wonder if I was going to feel the same about this, especially as I drive a 7 Series and I'm used to a certain level of comfort. More on that in a moment. You have 4 different ways to use the 4x4 system: high and low range, auto and 2-wheel drive, 32-inch tyres standard, 8-speed auto, nav and reverse camera, blind spot and rear cross path detection, all free. This is the 4-door version with genuine comfort and room for your mates in the back, but there's also a 2-door one that's so cheap you and your wife will probably have one each.
Surprisingly, everything in here is such good quality. For some reason, I thought it was going to be like a World War II. You know, like in World War II, they had just the one with just the windscreen. Hasn't got any of that. It's lovely. Everything is rubberized and big for use with gloves. These seats are extremely comfortable. They're big, the seating position is good, and the steering wheel is fat and light and easy to use. There's even a bit of red stitching in here, for goodness sake. You could even probably drive this on a road.
Alright then, before we decide what to assign to these aux buttons, off we go for a road test, which not only impressed me, but really was surprising.
I did think it was going to be like the Tenerife Jeep. Wallowy handling, excruciating amounts of road noise, uncomfortable, dreadful materials, hard to steer, can't see out of it, no reverse camera, which this has. All of those things are not true. This is an unbelievably usable car, just like any other 4x4.
If you know how to work out litres, there are 575 here, not massive, but more than you get in Land Rover Defender. This is where coffee goes. These are for your ordnance survey maps when you go on walks. This is your man drawer with USB, and there's more here, along with an aux socket for your iPod from 2001. More USBs in the back and even a useful shaver point.
This is the latest model of the Jeep, and we are running this test to check the performance of the vehicle.
Another thing that makes this car brilliant, forgive me if you already know this about Jeeps, but not everyone does. If you take these off, windscreen comes out, right? Take these off, undo these bolts here, doors come off. And it goes without saying, it's also a convertible, you can take those off. Brilliant. I think we should go now because I can hear shooting. So just make sure we get the branding in first.
This is the 2-litre, 272 horsepower, advertised 7.8 litres per 100 kilometres or 30 miles to the gallon, which I'm nearly getting across 400 miles. There's also a 200 horsepower diesel with huge torque, but little in the way of consumption benefit.
Countries outside of Great Britain get another engine. It's a V6 3.6 litre engine, very smooth and perfect for driving around New Zealand or to the beach in America. We're not allowed that here because we're not allowed engines in Britain, but we are allowed a limited slip diff, which is standard, along with front and rear axle lockers, which you can switch on and off, along with the sway bar. You can turn that off as well, which is quite nice if you want to do some proper off-roading. Most people though will be in 2H, where this car is rear-wheel drive. There is also a Rubicon River in northern Italy, which is another reason this is called a Rubicon. Or a passion fruit drink in a can. I doubt it's that. But it does give me an opportunity, if we're talking about rivers, to talk about the wade depth. 760, which is about that.
Oh, hang about, it's time to do the prices. Important bit. Bunch up then, lads. Yes, according to comparison site Leasing.com, where often a lease is cheaper than a PCP, a two-door version starts from around £207 a month. What? Yes, it's cheap, isn't it?
Oh, by the way, almost forgot, aux buttons. Very useful these are, so you can assign the aux to whatever you want. When you go in the shed, you get your tools out and you can do this. So aux 1, water cannon. 2, that can be your big light. You can put the big light across the top. That's not high beam, mate. That's high beam. Number 3, could use that as granddad winch in the passenger seat so you can get him in. 4. Can we have 4? CB, mate. Oh, 1.4 for a copy. What's your handle? Yeah, big bear.
Oh, yeah. So it's all terrain, all adventure, all action. And it's good. Though despite that, I'm still not convinced this is the sort of car that works for everyone.
I'm just not sure who it's for, if I'm being really honest. I mean, you know, a woman can get away with this. A man, I don't know. You've got to be a certain type of man to have one of these. Otherwise, it's just going to look wrong. They should make you fill in a form, you know, to make sure you're a proper... How many tattoos have you got? 6. Good. How big are your hands? And are they like boulders? Yeah, they are. Right, well, you can have a Jeep then. I couldn't. Look at these hands. That's like a child's hand.
Whatever type of adventure you want to go on, this could be the key to a new life for you. You know, exploration, expedition, even if it is just to Aldi on a Thursday. Top right now is a link all about us, and thank you for watching. I'd like to give you a round of applause now for staying to the end. They don't stay long on YouTube.
10 seconds.